Hey crew, it's Pitt, and I'm back on another reaction video. Today we're going to be checking out another one from Radio West Virginia. We're going through all these new artists and I love it. This is West Shipp, My Old Man. Let's dig in and see what's up.
He had a Florida Gators hat, stands about 5'8". He loves Merle Willie and old George Strait, and he drinks his coffee black.
I can't do that. I gotta have honey and creamer in mine. Like I use heavy cream, but ooh. I tried black coffee. I can't do that. And y'all, this is my first time ever watching a football game. Like a college football game will be this weekend. My son is in the band at LSU, and this is going to be my first ever college football game. And I don't even know how to do that.
He drinks his coffee black, smokes Marlboro cigarettes. There's a better man, I ain't found one yet. That there's my old man.
Get you some.
To make sure we were fed and warm, did everything he can. And I bet if he could, he'd go and do it all over again.
Yes, sir, he would. Yes, sir, he would. As somebody with grown children, I can tell you now that you'd sacrifice whatever you need to. If you're going to be a good parent, you sacrifice whatever you need to in order to get that done.
He said a man's word is everything.
Truth.
Don't lie and don't you steal.
Yep.
He was something else with a rod and reel, just like Waylon and Jesse, just like Johnny and June. My mama thinks that he hung the moon, that there's my old man.
It is, son.
He'd work until his fingers bled and calloused up his hands. And I bet if he could, he'd go and do it all over again. That's my old man.
This is great. This is so great, yo. I'm loving it. I got love leaking out of my eyes already because thinking back on it, right? We know that I didn't have the best childhood, and I did not have a great father figure growing up, but my son did. And I know that he feels this way, right? We have a type of relationship where we can actually express these things to each other, and I know that my son loves me and that he loves all of these things. And realizing, he said that his mom and his dad love each other. You know how unusual that is in our culture? Just how strange it is to have a mother and father together. My kids were one of their only ones in their friend group, right? That had parents that were still together. That's what we're missing in this world. He had his dad there.
Now when he comes to see me, we'll all sit around and then I'll fire one up and he'll tell a story about way back when. He ain't got very long, that I already know. And it breaks my heart when he hugs my neck, says, son, I've got to go. That there's my old man.
Killing me, killing me. Make sure you give the love when you can, right? You can't do it once they're gone. So while they're here, every chance you can, show love. Love works when nothing else does.
So he knows how much I love him. I'll do anything I can. And I wish I could turn back time, grow up all over again. That's my old man.
All right. Y'all make sure y'all get back over to Radio West Virginia, give them some love. Let them know you appreciate what they're doing. I sure do. They're out here finding these independent artists, and they're bringing them to us, and they help us leak love a little bit. That was great, right? It's not often you hear a man singing appreciation to his father, right? We have, as a culture, have decided that showing emotion's a terrible thing. Even in our music, we can't show love and appreciation, right? So whenever we see somebody doing it, we need to give as much love as we can, because we need to promote love. We need to promote all of the good things in life that we have just decided in the last 20 or 30 years is irrelevant. Like having a home with a family unit is important. So make sure you're choosing the correct partner before you get with them. I understand that the temptation at 18 to get with anybody is a big deal, but the person you're supposed to share your soul with is who you're going to spend the rest of your life with, not just any random person. I know that I was just as guilty as anybody else of that, but what we get from that is a whole bunch of kids that don't get to have this type of love. Like, this guy's dad was there for him. That is unusual in this day and age. This guy actually appreciates his dad who was there for him. That is even more unusual in this day and age. Most people don't get to have a relationship like that. They get to regret that they didn't. So while you're here, while they're here, try to make it right. It may not be easy. It may not be possible. It may be too much. There may be too much history. I get that. Forgive them anyway, before they're gone. Even if you never see them again, even if you never talk to them again, talk to them that one time and be like, look, I forgive you for what happened. I don't necessarily need you in my life, but I forgive you. Forgiveness is just as important as love. It frees your soul to forgive someone else. It's not about them. It's good for them, but it's about you. Right? You pick the poison out of your own soul when you give forgiveness and show appreciation and love. I hope as a society we decide, you know what, we've been doing this shit wrong. Let's go back to what used to be. Now, I'm not talking about burning witches used to be, and I'm not talking about scarlet letters used to be, but I am talking about stay together used to be. Like, when people used to, it was not an uncommon thing to have a 20-year marriage. That's uncommon. To be together for the entirety of your child's childhood is unusual, and that's ridiculous. What have we become? What have we decided? We have decided not to let young men have their fathers. We've decided not to let young women have their fathers because, generally speaking, they go with their mother. And then they don't get a good, solid father figure throughout their life. This guy did, and he gets to show appreciation for it. I love it. Wes, this was great. Right? I love seeing men, right, stand up and say, I can love. Not only that, you're showing an example of, I love my parents. That's something we need, right? As hard as my life was, I love both my parents. Like, I've forgiven them a long time ago for the things that they tried their best to do, and maybe they failed at a couple of them. But they tried their best. They did the best they could with what they had, and I don't hold grudges, right? That's a terrible thing to do. And if you know my backstory, that's a big deal. And so find the forgiveness if you can. Stay with your spouse through whatever you can. Now, physical abuse, mental abuse, those things are not acceptable. You're not to stay with somebody who's abusing you. But all the rest of this stuff that we just casually decide, oh, well, I'm not in love anymore because, it's been 7 years and the lust has died out a little bit. Well, that's not acceptable. We keep tearing these kids apart. We need more kids who grow up with their fathers like Wes did. We need more kids that grow up with their fathers like mine did. And hopefully, things like this make it easier. Like, the more we can get into the culture that it's okay to stay with your family, that it's okay to love your father, that it's okay to say out loud that you do, the better off we are all going to be. And so, I love this. It's great. Take the time to reconcile with your family while you have a chance. Build a relationship if you can, because that will be important to you as you get older. I can promise you that. Anyway, Wes, thank you very much for this. This was great. Radio West Virginia, once again, bringing out another one. Like this, I love seeing all of this raw talent just coming out of the hills. This is great. To the crew, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate every single minute that you are here with me, and I am praying for you every single day. Until next time, I love you. You're perfect, whole, and complete just the way that you are, and this has been Pittstake. Peace.